Alright, welcome back to Scanranger. We are now on Chapter 30, Assault on Cape Paramount Base. Last episode, uh, Peter, because, subtlety, went out in a suicide bomb against the big bad Black Org and died an oh-so-heroic death that we should all feel bad about, even though we barely knew who Peter was for about...
I wasn't even here for it. I feel nothing.
Right. It's very cheap drama. And, last chapter was an adventure. As usual, I am your host, Stanley, and we have Ryo, and someone new. Introduce yourself.
It's Troy!
Who?
He's okay.
He's just some guy, he's alright.
I'm just some random guy that y'all just, called up for some reason.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So, Troy, have you ever heard of the fanfic called Eiga Sentai Movie Task Force Scanranger?
You know I have not.
You're like,
Eiga
Stan,
Hentai
you literally
Scan
just
later.
grabbed me off the street. Well, Troy, word on the street is that this fanfic is a very, very bad Power Rangers fanfic.
Oh my gosh.
It was written by a guy who hates Power Rangers, and he was like, I can do better than that. Needless to say, he has not done better than that, and we're 30 chapters in, so...
Oh my gosh.
By the way, all the characters have movie-based abilities. And, let's just say it gets quote-unquote creative.
One of them is anime.
Yes, one of them has the power of anime, not even joking.
Anime's not real.
It's not?
Nope.
But yes, Troy, if you would be so kind as to read the first half of this chapter for us, I linked it to you there.
Okay. Let me get to
And
it.
here's the thing, okay? You have to read it exactly as it is written. We have to stress this for a very specific reason.
Okay, I'm reading episode 30, Assault on Cape Paramount Base.
Yes.
Okay. Just tell me when to begin.
Go ahead.
It was a somber time on campus. After the events of the previous episode, Takeshi,
That's
however,
Takeshi.
Takeshi, however, was taking it really hard a few days after the funeral. He felt he was to blame for Peter's death, and after he wanted to help defeat Black Org. He thought about how Peter had the upper hand, about to destroy the evil overlord once and for all.
And then he just blew up.
Yes.
Takeshi remembered shouting to Peter despite his injuries, "Peter, let me help you! Let me help!" At that point, Black Org caught Peter and blasted his oblivion beam through his body. "You didn't have to do this, Peter. Why?"
I like how you can't pronounce Takeshi. Like, you almost say Tosuke, which is fucking Ryan's YouTube handle, so we should start calling him Tosuke from now on.
No, it's called Tasky.
Tasky. Like the really shitty version of Taskmaster. Just
Yes.
fair.
Alright. I'm honored to fight by your side for these brief moments. I ask of all of you, keep the faith. It is finished. Peter then died shortly thereafter.
Good thing the crew is just notoriously religious.
Oh yeah, you know.
Tasky then punched the blackboard with his fist in anger. "I should have been the one to die in his place. It was my fault. My fault.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
And then he had a heart attack.
Suddenly, the pain from the battlefield in Tasky's chest began to worsen, and he collapsed. One of the
Fucking
students
see?
found Toski unconscious and immediately called 911. Meanwhile, back in
Nebeltopia.
Nebeltomia,
Well, we've got something else for you to read if this is confusing you.
No, he's on point. Let him keep going.
the Mayhem captains discovered the bad news, seeing their leader fall in battle.
2 days later.
No! It can't be! He can't be dead! Cried General Og. I can't believe this, Lord Black Orc has been defeated! Has been destroyed! How can this be? Said Anarchy. Vixen took it even harder. No, my lord! How can this happen? She wailed, falling on her knees. Those vile Scanrangers shall forfeit their lives for this. Vixen was blubbering with emotion. Wow, blubbering with emotion.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best acting advice you can give to somebody. Just hit them with that sort of direction. I need you to be blubbering with emotion during this scene.
You know, it's not as bad as the acting direction that frickin' what was her name? Stephanie Meyer gave to Kirsten Stewart in fucking Breaking Dawn.
Oh no, that was all natural.
No, legit. Stephanie Meyer told her to talk as though she sounded like wind chimes.
Oh my god.
Now you tell me how that's possible.
What the fuck does that even mean, though?
Right?
Okay. Key continued. They will pay for their lives, indeed, but it is up to us to find a way to smash them once and for all. But how?
You
Our
missed the
mighty
time.
leader is dead!
I like how Key is talking to himself.
It's not the first time.
He does not acknowledge there's anyone else on this evil villain team, just him. And you know what? I agree.
Again, it's not the first time.
Yeah.
There is a way in our key, said in a deep voice. The three captains turned their heads. And I live, said a newly reconstructed Black Orc with new dark, powerful armor flung
Bullshit.
with dark energy through his veins.
Literally how?
Teleports behind you, nothing personnel kid.
Pretty much.
Lord Black Orc, thank the Dark Ones you're alright, said Ugg. But how were you able to survive? He, Vixen, and Key bowed to their master. The human called Peter Emmanuel destroyed my battle shield. He almost destroyed me. Yet, at the last possible moment, I was able to teleport back to Nebeltopia unannounced.
Fucking Nico called it. Unbelievable.
Well, it's the most classic ass pull you've got. You know?
Like, I know, but still, like, Nico made this joke fucking when we were reading last chapter. He was like, you know, he just teleported, right? Like, fuck. Bullshit.
I mean, it's that or, no, my spirit wasn't actually in that body. It's always one of the two.
Because God forbid, you know, our heroes be allowed to do something. Fuck.
You called them heroes, you're funny.
I know, right?
Yet it shall take time to heal, and then I shall wreak havoc on the earth and claim it for our own.
Why do they want the Earth so badly anyway?
Because it has resources, quote unquote.
They just generate shit from nothing. Why do they need resources?
Beats the fuck out of me, dude.
There is a way to smash these Scanrangers, as you say, Key, once and for all time. With my spy cameras and homing devices, I was able to detect the location of the Scanranger headquarters.
You've known where it is this whole time. What do you mean you just figured it out?
They actually have. That was a fucking point in like episode 13 or something.
Yeah, like, And I brought this up in the last episode too. Okay, they outright say Black Orc has the power to, with one beam from his hand, wipe out entire cities. Shoot the base.
Shoot the college.
Yeah, they're all dead. What's fucking stopping you?
Like, there's a reason Rita constantly shout out giant monsters.
Yeah.
With this new discovery as my heels wound, I shall establish temporary leader to lead this mission.
As my heels wound. What?
That's right, as my heels wound.
As the heels on my feet are wounded.
Now, I'm starting to think this was like auto-generated by a text robot, which is why those words got mixed up.
No. If that were the case, we'd get that amazing lawyer commercial.
No, that one was made in 2018. This is back in 2011.
I guess.
Alright. I shall establish a temporary leader to lead this mission. Colonel Trilobit shall be in charge of this operation. The Overlord continued. As he returned to his headquarters, Black Orc felt a disturbance through his body, then clutching his chest, almost stumbling over himself, Vixen ran to him. "My lord, are you okay?" "Fear not. Just adjusting to the battle shield. It is nothing." Black Orc then left the area. That was not expected, he said to himself. Out of nowhere, a voice whispered, "Re-me." It is like the human form was trying to emerge. Somehow the human attempt to break through my subconscious. Me.
Hey, can I gripe for a second here?
Let him finish the sentence, and then you can gripe.
Okay.
"Yo, can't. Free me," said the voice again.
Alright, now Ryo,
Yo,
what would you
can't
like to
free
say?
me. This guy despises Power Rangers, but he's just stealing the plot from the Zordon wave.
Right?
Yeah, they were humans to begin with, haha. Well,
Yeah,
fucking
like,
congratulations, you ripped off the thing you hate.
I mean, he did that with, like someone in the comments pointed out, he did that with the first fucking chapter. He did a really shitty version of Day of the Dumpster.
Just fucking awful.
Black Orc then shout the thoughts of the voice down, never to be heard for a while. Yet the voice once belonged to one who possessed a human body. Who was the voice? Back at Cape Paramount Base, Tasky was still breathing heavily, gripping on his chest. After Black Orc zapped him in the chest, Tasky tried to fight, but his breathing got worse. "How about it, Doc?" asked BC. "Well, BC," said Dr. Brolin, an assistant to Dr. Mark By. "It looks like after the fight, Tosky almost used all of his energy within the last punch. Aside from that, I'm still going to have to do more tests on him. He's currently not in the position to fight at this time. Even then, I wouldn't advise it."
I mean, that's redundant to say. He's not in the position to fight. So therefore, like, you're assuming he's going to anyway?
I don't even know why that has to be addressed. The dude just had a fucking heart attack standing around in a classroom. Why would you let him leave?
Right?
In the other room, Cameron woke up and realized this isn't the St. Peter's Medical Center. "Where am I?" she said, with the bandage on her left arm after being abducted by Black Orc. She overheard BC and Dr. Brolin talk about Toshki's condition. Cameron was puzzled. "What's one of the Main Street men doing here? Is he visiting a sick kid or something?" She listened near the door. That doesn't sound too good, Doc, said BC. Tusky's hurt, but don't forget, Vin has a sprained arm. It was good. It was good. It wasn't broken. We we gonna need his leadership. Speaking of leadership, where is your lead doctor anyway? Dr. Mike By and Professor Alex. That's a good professor name right there.
Yeah. Yes.
Professor Alex. Are back on campus. She's trying to focus her energies on the other classes since it's getting closer to the end of the semester. The two headed towards the door. Cameron heard the footsteps and was about to go back to her room.
So, okay, I need to make an amendment here, because I'm not going to be able to add it to the end of the previous episode. Now, this, okay, previous chapter, okay. We apparently, like, I'm just gonna scan it right here. Okay, yeah, alright, that is on us. Carmen. Not a ranger. Or at least not yet. Maybe she will become one. I don't know. They seem to be focusing on her quite a lot. We mistook her for one last episode. Can you blame us? But it's still worded very bad, and it doesn't excuse Black Orc's plan being stupid like I raised in the other one. He could have literally just challenged the Rangers to a fight. There was no reason to capture a civilian. Like, straight up. So, while technically not entirely the fault of this writer, I'm still giving it to us because that was still fucking dumb as a plot. Regardless of Ranger status.
Plus, it accomplished nothing on top of it.
Exactly. So yeah, like before, like I know I'm gonna get a couple comments about people being like, "But Carmen's not a ranger." Like, what the fuck? Like
anybody's paying attention.
Yeah. But I'll put it in the description of that episode, and it's also addressed here live if you don't believe me. So okay, move forward.
Okay. A CPB guard heard her and got her attention. Excuse me, miss. May I help you? Cameron was at a loss for words as the guard approached her, but he escorted her back to her room. She stayed there, biding her time until she could attempt to find out what was going on. The robot bugs. Okay.
Now you're confused.
Okay, wait, hold on a sec.
I was following this until robot bugs got involved.
Oh my gosh, okay.
You thought the room was bugged, but not in the way you figured.
Okay, the robot bugs that were spying through the base began to make its move.
Grammar.
One was located near the IMAX briefing room. So they have a giant, theater screen or something?
Yes, actually. That's their viewing globe in this fucking thing, is an IMAX screen. Couldn't just be a regular TV monitor. No, it has to specifically be an IMAX one.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's practical.
Listen, we need funding for this fic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. One was situated in the main security area, and one was located near the security hangar where the Scanranger's mecha was stored. Although they couldn't see the actual robots, the insectoids are in position. Trilobit said Key, what's the next move? Colonel Trilobit was a very confident and demanding figure. He had battle armor similar to Black War's, but his had an insect motif to his.
It's a good thing they very clearly described what Black Org looks like, because otherwise this description would be terrible.
Right? It's just my fucking battle shell. Whatever that means.
We shall descend the base in another hour. We shall wreak havoc on the human headquarters of the Scanrangers. I also see that two of the strongest Scanrangers warriors are also out of commission. Continue Trilobit. The insectoids. So did they go from robot bugs to insectoids?
Yes.
Just choose a name for them.
We can't.
Jeez. Have witnessed them and see that they will not interfere with our plans. Meanwhile, Vin and Toski were about to transfer to another hospital. I'm okay, Rosewood, said Vin. I may have had my arm almost twisted off, but I can still fight. Sorry, Vin. Doctor's orders. You need a few hours until we go through some more tests. Then you can join the others. I want a second opinion. Can't I at least get back to class?
What kind of nerd are you?
Jeez. Yeah, what kind of kid wants to go back to class?
Somebody who doesn't actually want to research anything on their own.
Let me see. Broken arm or school?
How about I use both?
Apparently, that's the worst option.
Nothing doing then. If Mayhem attacked and Black Quark began terrorizing the city in your condition, he's liable to do more serious damage besides your arm, Rosewood replied. Hurry up then, Vin showed a rare form of impatience. He really couldn't tell there was danger on the horizon, but he was anxious to get out of sickbay. Cameron was still in her room, trying to find a way out of the room. A custodian came in to take care of the linen sheets and straighten out the room. While the lady straightened up out the beds, Cameron jumped into the bin. The CBB custodian felt a little bit of heaviness in her heart.
Because that's not suspicious at all. Also, how did she do that without them noticing? That would require a lot of noise. Plus, especially if you're going by the assumption she's hooked up to hospital equipment. Which she should be, considering in the previous chapter she was literally staked through the body.
Also, a little bit of heaviness. No, I'd say anybody past the age of 12, regardless of how thin they are, is still going to be significantly heavier than a cart.
Yeah. And also, wouldn't the lady feel a sudden huge weight added to her cart as she was, toting it or holding it or whatever?
No, it's just a little bit of heaviness.
Bullshit.
Oh my gosh, I just read a little bit ahead while you were talking. This is a ridiculous story.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen the half of it.
Okay. The sheets must be heavy. No matter. She went to the laundry bin and then unloaded the cart. The lady heard Cameron scream going down the chute.
So how did she get from the cart to the chute? Well, no, they did say they unload it, but damn, this chick is strong. She lifted a full-grown woman and a bunch of fucking sheets and shit.
They pay me minimum wage.
Fuck it. Chuck. I may have just killed someone, but whatever.
You know what? That's on them. Maybe you should have paid me to keep my eyes open.
One insectoid activated and shortened out the power to the defense mechanisms at CPB.
The child porn bank?
There's defense mechanisms at the fucking hospital?
I guess so.
Well, we've got the Scanrangers here, so we had to install mini turrets.
I know that CPB means Cape Paramount Base. But the way they transitioned it, they're really making the hospital and CPB seem like they're the same location. So or at the very least, very close to each other, which double doesn't make sense. But whatever.
Dude, I have no idea where anything in this shithole is.
Oh well, we established that last chapter. We established that right outside the base, there's a giant field that has a single hill and a cliff.
But the base is a school. They're literally just underground.
Well, you tell that to the fic writer.
I fucking will.
Yeah.
Are you geographically challenged?
Yes. I may have failed geography.
It shows.
Trilobit then barked the order. Now before their backup power recharges, commence attack!
You do realize auxiliary power usually only takes like a second to kick on, right?
Yeah.
Especially if it's at a high-profile facility like a hospital. Like they're
If it's a
on that shit.
hospital, it's set to be automatic too.
Yeah, a secret government organization. I'm pretty sure they'd have that shit up to snuff. Just a thought.
Why would they even be running on the main power grid at that point?
Yeah. But apparently all you need to do is have a fucking spider bot set off an EMP and your entire government base goes down. Like, damn, Spider-Man wishes he had that fucking tech.
No, he doesn't. He's not an enemy of the military.
I mean, he technically is.
It depends.
A King launched a giant missile aimed at the base at Cape Paramount.
You read that surprisingly straight-faced.
Listen, there's a lot of kinks in this world.
At Cape Paramount, Satari called up the auxiliary power.
Who?
When it was activated. How do you say her name?
No,
Sarita?
it doesn't matter how you say her name. Her name's Sarita, but again, who?
Sarita.
I don't think we've ever been introduced to this chick before.
Just some bitch who works at the hospital.
I guess.
Sarita called up the auxiliary power. When it activated, she saw the radar and the missile on its way. Emergency! Red alert! Red alert! Enemy missile approaching. All CBP personnel take cover under film shelters. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
They have
Fucking
fucking
hell.
shelters made out of reels of film. How is that going to protect anybody?
More to the point, this missile's flying at them right now. Where are these shelters and what are the hospital patients gonna do?
They're all fucking dead. Sucks for them.
Quick, run to the film shelter, but it's in the basement and I'm on the 3rd floor with a broken leg.
Guess you're fucked.
Even if you were on the 1st floor, you'd die.
Yeah.
Various crew members scattered through the emergency exits. The others ran to prepare to defend the base. The tractor teleportation beam ascended from what came out of the rolling clouds. Nepotopia. The CBP guards were armed and ready. There's a thing called a tractor teleportation beam.
Yeah, tractor beams and teleportation beams are very different.
Yeah, they
Yeah, but
are.
it was doing both at once, meaning the tractor part's totally irrelevant.
Exactly. Just call it a teleportation pad or a beam or a pillar.
Well, here at Nebeltopia, we actually have teleportation-proof cubes.
Mhm.
Fuck it. Okay.
At once, a flash of light from the teleportation beam blinded the soldiers, and at once an army of kinks attacked. The only difference, their power were augmented by Trilobit's newest formula, which made them taller, stronger than the normal foot soldiers.
Oh, Zeb putties.
Well, not only that, but with the whole kink gag we love, that the new formula that makes them taller and stronger, huh? I mean, I guess that's the eloquent way of putting it. Sure.
Yeah, but the other way of putting it is it makes them kinkier.
Yes.
All right, the CBP guards aimed and fired, but the lasers bounced off them. One kink grabbed a soldier and threw him through the computer console where... What's her name again?
Where Sarita normally sat. Good thing that he described exactly what that looks like, so we have a vivid image in our minds.
It's okay. The power's still on, so that dude's fucking dead. He's being electrocuted.
Right?
Alright. Another kink pair took another guard by the hand, strangling him until he couldn't breathe any longer. One more kink shoulder slashed a CB guard across the chest, and another right in the face. As the guard screamed, unable to see the powered up kink, then used the guard's gun and decked him with it. Why wouldn't you just shoot him with it?
Because they're idiots.
Yeah.
Nick, Tony, and BC saw everything on the console.
Good to see you guys were ready to fight for action as soon as you heard the alarm blare that danger was coming. Our heroes.
We were hiding in the film bunker.
Like, our heroes.
What the blazes? We are under attack. How did Mayhem infiltrate our defenses? Nick questioned. Where's Mikey? Asked BC. So, a team in T-Turtle is in this as well?
Yes.
Sorta.
Oh my gosh.
And you're gonna grow to hate him more than anyone else in this story if you're anything like me.
He's the funny one.
Well, actually, wait, no, BC's the funny one. Mikey is someone else, but still.
No. I wasn't being ironic with that. Comparatively, he's the funny one.
True. But yeah, you're gonna grow to hate BC quite a lot.
Alright. I've already called him, but for some reason he hasn't responded. Hopefully he hadn't been affected by the attack. If he's fighting the cannon fodder by his lonesome, he's really in trouble.
But you just called them cannon fodder.
Yeah.
The three dashed to the main room in order to do combat with Mayhem minions. Actually, his film brace was on the fritz, and he was on the other side of Cape Paramount Base. Nick, Tony, BC, anyone, come in, Professor. No good. I can't get through anyone. I can't even teleport. I could still transform, but something's really wrong, and Cooney then saw the base smoking. Korwa?
Yes. He speaks
Cold
random
line.
Japanese.
It can't be. Mayhem's attacking. They really must be teched about us defeating their master. Mikey ran down the stairs, remembering it was a shortcut to the IMAX briefing room.
There's just a stairway that's from like top floor directly to the main room.
No, it's just going down the stairs gets him closer, so it's technically a shortcut.
I mean, I guess.
Boy, whoever thought using the stairs would get me down to the first floor?
Not me, sir. Not me.
Where he could rendezvous with the other Scanrangers, he abruptly bumped into someone, and both of them fell on the ground. When Mikey caught his breath, he saw someone he never expected. It's you!
And now
Danger Woman was finally back.
yeah, right. But yeah, Act 2. So Troy, what's your impression so far, having read one half of this?
Oh my gosh. It's something.
It's certainly a
Really?
story.
Yeah, it's a story. It's not a very good story.
But don't you see how much better than Power Rangers this fic is?
Oh yeah. But it's loads better than Power Rangers. It's
Fucking step aside, Kyle Higgins. You've got competition.
Oh yeah, man. We're just gonna take your ideas and do it better.
over the moon better.
So, Ryo, Act 2 now, if you would be so kind.
One second. I need appropriate music to go along with this genius. All right.
Okay.
For the viewing folks at home, you can just throw that in the show notes.
Okay, I will.
So, Mikey getting his thoughts back, couldn't believe it. Carmen, what the heck are you doing down here? Jason, replied Carmen. Jason, I'm Mikey, your fellow art classmate back on campus.
Fucking who?
That art classmate back on campus, the one out of like the 30 in the same class.
I'll be honest, when I was in, like, all through school, even through college, I never bothered learning my classmates' names. Ever.
Nah, I didn't have friends, so it was easy.
But you
The
did
only
make
ones
a
I
own.
remembered. The only ones I remember were the cute girls, and even then they didn't talk to me.
You
Rip.
shouldn't admit that part. Carmen's enthusiasm then diminished. Oh, you.
I mean, that's a fair reaction.
It just seemed that you favor my favorite mainstream man so much.
Who said that? Carmen or Mikey?
I don't know, but favor their favorite. What does that have to do with anything? I'm also a fan of that. So. Gross. Mikey felt he had it with her attitude. Carmen, all I wanted was just a little respect from you. From day one, you just treated me like gum at the bottom of a shoe.
That's really putting it to her, man. You have a certain strong way with words.
Oh yeah. Mikey then grabbed her arm.
Oh shit!
But since we're in trouble and under attack, I will be merciful.
Jesus!
Being attacked, and I can show you the way out. Now, come on, let's go. Oh, way to drop the ball, you pussy.
Dude, he was gonna, like, he just straight up threatened to fuck her up, like, or kill her or something, dude.
No, that actually would have been interesting and given him some depth. Like, you know what? Nobody's around. I am so tired of putting up with this shit.
Holy crap. Our hero!
Mikey grabbed her hand firmly. Please stop. My hand is broken. It's bleeding. Sorry, in your case, honey, there is no escape, said a voice which belonged to Vixen, said Mikey. Why now? General Ugg teleported alongside her.
If you could teleport literally anywhere into the base, why didn't you just teleport into their main room and fuck them up?
Does that be intelligent? Why not? I've got you right where I want you. With two of you out of the way, I plan to add a third to the list, which will certainly cripple your power all the more. As you have already crippled my Lord Blackorg. Just removing one of them prevents them from making their fucking Megazord, so...
Yeah, I brought this up, like, if singling people out and hypnotizing them and shit was an option, they should just do that to a ranger and murder them. It's not hard.
So you take out one of them, boom. Show's over.
Yeah.
Hey, what you talking about? Questioned Carmen, whose hand was now slowly sliding off her wrist.
Ouch.
Nah. Silence, said Ugg. No one is to question Lady Vixen, especially you, lowly human, lest you shall feel the true wrath of mayhem. I just don't get the capitalization on those. Leave her alone, it's me you want. Let her be, cried Mikey. He's only a big dumb jock under that demon mask. In fact, he looks like that defensive tackle on the football team.
Sick burn? Question mark?
Brutal?
Like...
Carmen ran after Ugg, but not knowing his strength, he swatted Carmen hard. What do you mean not knowing his strength? The dude wants them dead.
Well, not only that, but, like, how did he swat her, like... I don't... All he had to do was let go of her hand and then jog forward. It's not like he had to do a dramatic movement.
Fuck out the way, Bella. I'm gonna save you.
Palm strike.
She hit the wall, barely conscious. Ugg then picked her up and pressed his hand onto her neck.
Wow, that was surprisingly simple. Like, Mikey literally just let that happen. Like...
No sudden moves, boy. A neck is a very easy thing to snap. Not if you've got your whole hand just pressed flatly against it, dude.
Yeah.
Surrender, or the general will crack every bone in her pretty body. No, I liked his threat better. It was actually lethal.
Yeah.
You're actually giving her a way out.
Yeah.
Commanded Vixen. In fact, I'll give you until the count of 10 or she's finished. Blast. This is bad. If I know Vixen, merciless as she is, she'll murder Carmen anyway.
She's never done that, actually. Like, straight up. I think you're giving her too much credit.
You're also ignoring Ugg threatening to break her neck.
Yeah?
I need to buy a couple of seconds, even though I was just given 10, Kunio thought. He looked up as Vixen began the countdown, then grabbed a convenient rock and
In the
threw it above him.
hospital?
I guess. Hitting the lights, shattering it.
Yeah,
All of
so
the
in the
lights.
where did this rock come from? I must know.
It was a convenient rock.
What is the backstory of this rock? Give it to me.
The lights. What happened, Ugg said, distracted at the same time letting Carmen go. Didn't they have night vision in one of these chapters?
Yeah, and also, so what if the lights went out? He should still be gripping her firm as fuck, like...
Idiot, shouted Vixen. It was a trick. Mikey was able to rescue Carmen from Ugg's clutches. I've got no choice. I don't want to let Carmen know, but now I must protect her. Me, who is treated like gum at the bottom of a shoe.
Yes.
Kunio prepared himself and posed. Lights, camera, action, yellow scanner. Okay. He transformed in front of his stunned classmate. Carmen gasped, I can't believe it. Kunio is yellow scanner. He's one of the Scanrangers. Yo attacked Vixen with his film blade, now here on the side, and proceeded to attack Ugg. Try picking on someone your own size, like me. Isn't he still half Ugg's size?
Yes.
It's never been a good phrase. Mikey relentlessly slashed the general before he raised his film blade for the finishing blow. Yeah, great fight.
Yeah.
However, Ugg stopped him with his battle axe, but it was the finishing blow.
In other words, Ugg just let him swing on him for a while.
Oh, that's 1 HP. Time to fight back.
I mean, some AI be like that.
Sometimes. He aimed his axe at Yellow's chest and blasted him at close range, about 20 feet.
I didn't know axes could fire.
At close range, about 20 feet.
Yeah.
He was right up against him. What does this 20 feet imply?
I don't know.
The strike de-transformed Yellow back to Mikey. What a fucking pussy!
Great fight, guys.
Use your other powers, Ugg, said Vixen, getting up.
Why? You just beat him.
No, think of a war machine or something. Thanks, said Ugg, which he meant to say thanks, but a mini cannon materialized before him and blasted the ceiling. When Ugg fired, it hit a steel beam and then it fell. Mikey didn't have time to react as a heavy beam fell directly on top of Mikey's right leg. A part of the beam cut through his thigh.
Jesus.
He cried out in extreme pain at the top of his lungs.
You know, it's a good thing that that cannon wasn't full of jet fuel.
Dude, if BC were here, he'd say he didn't have a leg to stand on.
That would be like the one funny thing BC ever said, though. All because of how hilariously insensitive and dark it is.
You were very brave trying to save your girlfriend, said Vixen. I pity your bravery has come to an end. Once I drain you, she'll be finished as well. Vixen walked over to him. Leave her alone, cried Mikey, with his leg severed.
See, I'd be screaming like a fucking maniac. I wouldn't be focused on, like, being a hero, dude. Like...
There's a girl I really want you to meet. She's sweet and she'll be worth your while, continued the evil woman. Vixen then used her dark, seductive film energy to invade his mind. Yamero!
Yamero! Oh my god, they went there.
Why did they go there?
I don't know.
Fucking Yamero. Then he says stop anyway, like, dude?
I have to translate for the audience.
Get out of my mind, Kunio shouted.
Get out of my mind, Liquid!
Her name is Xenia, the power-hungry lady killer from the James Bond movie GoldenEye. And I want you to know the pleasure will be all hers. And mine, oh yes. Mikey, despite his helplessness, was determined to fight her. Why doesn't she just stab him?
Right, like, what's all this mind bullshit? Just shoot him or stab him or something.
Hell, leave him there. He's gonna bleed out.
Right.
Vixen grabbed his chin, about to kiss him, and in the process drain him dry of his film energy, which he apparently is already dry on.
And don't tell me film energy disappears when someone dies, because in the previous chapter, fucking Jesus Ranger died and his brother inherited all his powers, so, like, fuck you.
Shouldn't he be empty since he got de-transformed anyway?
Yes.
Carmen lunged at Vixen in order to stop her, but the warrior woman was easily too fast for her. Vixen grabbed her throat in midair. Patience, you will be next. Vixen headbutted Carmen, who kicked and tortured Mikey. Isn't he pinned under a steel beam that's sawing his leg off? How did you
Yes.
torture him?
Just, I mean, I guess put his foot on the steel beam. I don't know.
Whee!
What?
Jump, jump, jump.
Jesus Christ.
Vixen then got into position sitting on top of his chest. No, Yamero.
Why again? Oh.
Stop it, you witch. Smile when you say it, Scanranger. She then kissed Mikey. Carmen looked helplessly, being NTR'd. She fought to get up, but her severe injuries caused by Ugg kept her lying on her back. Then, seeing the fallen Scanranger being deranged, she was able to get a word out. Stop it. It got a little
That's
louder.
2 words.
Carmen, with that strength she had left, pushed herself up and said, "Stop it." Vixen and Ugg ignored her and continued to steal Mikey's energy, like smart people.
Yeah.
For once. She couldn't believe her eyes. For the first time in her life, she felt pity for her classmate and wanted to fight back, but is she a sociopath?
I guess so, yeah.
For the first time in her life, she pitied the man who was in agonizing pain and losing his leg. Like,
this is the only situation in which I feel sorry for someone.
You know, everything else was fine, but getting kissed, ugh.
I mean, fair. That's how I'd react.
She was in pain and was completely angry at herself for not listening to Mikey. Carmen then reminisced the time how she disrespected me.
Is this the time?
Oh, that was a great time when I shat all over his confidence.
Why would this cross her mind now?
The time she took the last textbook from Mikey and not thanking him. The time she continued to ignore his greetings every class to the insult she made about comparing Jason Jefferson, the lead singer of the Main Street Men, superior to him. Yeah, it's a pop band. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna say, yeah, he's better than the fucking loser in school.
Well, I want to backpedal for a sec here. Took the last textbook. You're in college. Everyone buys their own textbooks. What the fuck are you talking about?
I like how she's reminiscing about the petty shit she's done.
And don't even try telling me, oh, the bookstore ran out, because you can get that shit online even back then when this fic was written.
Yeah, when was this written?
Or even from like a secondhand bookstore, you know?
But don't worry, this gets worse.
This was written like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Well, 8 years. So she pounded her fist on the ground and continued to do so until she screamed at the top of her voice, Yamaro, I mean, stop it. Suddenly teeming with anger, Carmen went through a radical transformation. Her hair, which was once dark brown, became red, and her body glowed with a powerful burst of energy as she went in a hellish fury. Somehow she thought about DBZ, thought about the mighty Goku, who's a loser. Take that, Ryan. Who became a Super Saiyan with blonde hair and green eyes.
Super hands don't have red hair!
No, they don't. She was glowing with red hair and blue eyes. In the blink of an eye. Also, did she just pull this power out of her ass?
Yes.
Yeah,
she was not at all. She did not. She was a normal chick before this moment. So I fucking called it. She's probably gonna be fucking a new Ranger, probably new Yellow, because Mikey's probably dead, like hard.
I don't have a leg to stand on. You need to fight in my place. Although
fucking way to go for really cheap drama, one death after another. Is in the next chapter, is someone else gonna, you know, if the next chapter ends with literally everyone dying, props. I give you that. You know what? Do it.
And then the universe blew up. The end.
You know what? Best ending this story could have.
In the blink of an eye, Ugg looked at her. Okay. And the next thing the dim-witted general saw was his own body flying towards the... What, is he seeing in third person?
I guess so.
Leaving him as an impression on the wall. Ugg struggled to open his eyes after the powerful blow, but passed out. Vixen was impressed, but also shocked. That made her stop the energy transfer. Why?
Why wouldn't her reaction be, well, that's Ugg fucking up again, continues to train?
That'd be like the 30th time.
Right?
I said, leave him alone, blast you.
Why
Stop
why
it.
are you so opposed to swearing in this fucking fic?
Yeah, she's seething with rage, but blast you is the worst thing she can say.
Like, why, or fuck it, why even include the blast you, just leave it at, I said leave him alone, that's fine enough, you know?
Dude, even Goku dropped damn.
Like,
If you're gonna make the reference, right?
yeah.
I got off him now, shouted Carmen. And what if I don't? Vixen then used her sword and lunged at Carmen. You had a hostage!
Right?
She stopped the sword with both her hands, then broke the blade.
Why would Vixen do that to her own sword?
I don't know.
Like,
She was showing off, I guess.
look at what I can do.
It's impossible. How can a mere human destroy my weapon? Oh, foreshadowing,
Yeah.
said the surprised warrior woman. Carmen then punched Vixen in the stomach, slapped her in the face, then used the broken blade and slashed her in the face, leaving a nasty cut. Gouge her eyes out!
Also, this is the second time Mikey is fucked up, or actually multiple times, but like, again, we've pointed this out many times. He has the power of anime. He should be literally unbeatable. Like
Well, you
straight,
see, I haven't seen much. No, even if you've just seen mainstream shit, dude.
right? Like he straight up used the Kamehameha one time. Remember?
Yeah, fuck that. Use the spirit bomb.
Like fucking, you are literally unkillable if you have the power of anime. Like, fucking, what is wrong with you?
Use the evil containment wave and just fling them into the lava.
Right?
You, what have you done to my face? How can you? What part of stop it don't you understand? Said Carmen. And then she slapped her over to where Ugg was still unconscious and stuck to the wall. She technically did stop. She came after you.
Right?
Enjoy your comeuppance, human, said the evil commander. You're still good as dead. The mayhem villains teleported. Oh, has the missile not hit somehow?
I guess, like, in all this time, that is the slowest fucking missile ever. Jesus Christ.
We needed the power grid to go down for half a second to sneak this missile in. But it's gonna take 5 minutes to get there.
Meaning the power's already back up. Way since.
As the bad guys left, Carmen had a brief flashback in the outskirts of Santo Domingo, DR. She was 16 years old and her boyfriend was playing around, seeing the sights of the mountain. As her boyfriend read her romantic poem, she
Why?
was sitting on a rock. It glowed briefly, but she wasn't paying attention at the... She literally got magic hemorrhoids.
I guess so.
The flashback ended and Carmen then powered down, using up almost all her energy, then crawled over to Mikey.
And also,
looked
why
at her
does a
and-
random rock have the power of anime in it?
I don't fucking know.
What is with this chapter and fucking superpowered rocks?
If anything, that would be like old Chinese martial arts story.
Right.
Which could be cool, but not in this.
Like, fucking, I guess rocks are the best thing in the universe. Rocks are OP, confirmed.
But only if they're on your ass.
I guess so, or inside a hospital.
The convenient rock.
Yes.
I didn't think you had it in you, Carmen, reminiscing about my suffering.
Jesus Christ.
I couldn't take it seeing someone being treated like that, even you. And then she reminisced about abusing him again. Gonio deduced that somehow, in some way, Carmen herself possessed the power of film energy, considering the only way to gain that power was through the meteorite fragments scattered all over the Earth. She can't be the only one who sat on it!
Right?
It must have meant the rock landed somewhere in her home country of the Dominican Republic.
Also, did they establish that there was just some magic meteor that had the power of film in it somehow? I don't remember.
I mean, I think it was a thing, but they also gathered all of them, so why there was just a random one out in the mountains somewhere? A tourist mountain at that?
I don't know. Fuck, dude.
Just as a matter of curiosity, while my leg is being severed and I'm dying,
He's actually
what did
really
you do?
calm for someone who's dying horribly.
So what'd you do, asked Mikey. I don't know. I was shocked that you were tortured. I vented my anger towards those two. You realize that you briefly possessed the power of the Super Saiyans, aka Dragon Ball Z. No, she didn't. Oh, there's a missing quotation here, so how? You know how Goku, Gohan, and
It's the
Vegeta
narrator.
respond when they power up? Yeah, don't mention Trunks even though you're mentioning that fucking arc.
Yeah.
Yours turns red. Must be a Latino thing. Muy caliente.
That's fucking
What?
racist.
What
That's
does that
racist
even
as fuck.
mean? Okay, I mean,
As a
you
Latino, I am fucking offended.
So where are my super Aryan jokes? Is that where Gohan Blanco comes from?
Oh my god. Oh, that's bad.
That
That's
explains
awful.
Zamasu's hair.
That's awful, dude.
I'm the one who brought this in. He did.
No. Okay, I'm gonna say I apologize to anyone offended. I sincerely, I'm sorry for Ryo and this fic. I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for me? I'm not sorry. That was funny. Besides,
No.
unlike this fic, I don't mean it.
I feel bad for laughing. Like,
I don't.
That's messed
I mean, we
up.
already knew this guy was nuts. Now I guess we know he's racist too. High
Yeah.
five. Very hot, huh? Laughed Carmen, who's apparently so exhausted she had to crawl. Well, my kind happens to have that sort of charm. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Your kind being white people based on the previous couple sentences.
Obviously, Kunio couldn't move, but Carmen helped him up. Did she lift the steel beam that was sawing his leg off?
No, I think his leg's already off. That's why she could lift him.
Would somebody get me a stump?
Jesus.
And tied a handmade tourniquet onto his right leg. There's only one other bad thing about powering up via DBZ. What's that? What I wouldn't do for a Zensu bean to help my bones knit and my muscles to heal, he chuckled. Going Super Saiyan didn't hurt anybody. It's the Kaioken, you twat.
Yeah.
You hear this shit, right?
Yeah.
You're funny. Did you know that? Carmen said.
No, he's not.
You have no idea. I'll eventually introduce you to my friend BC.
You want her dead?
Mikey. Yes.
Oh.
She stole my textbook.
Jesus.
Assuming we find a way to the base upstairs, or back to the base upstairs, the attack intensified with Nebeltopia firing more volleys onto Cape Paramount base. The shields were weakening.
What shields? You never mentioned those!
Have they just been flinging dozens of missiles this entire time?
Also, you were right. I guess he technically accounted for that. The whole, their power will be down, so we gotta sneak this missile in. But, the power, as we said, instantly kicked back on. So I guess they've just been spamming missiles. They've just been like, fuck it.
But it's like, well, then why'd the power need to go down to begin with? Why didn't you just do this?
Right?
Blast it, said Nick, fighting off the Kinks with Tony and BC, the three remaining Rangers. Tony and BC are the three remaining Rangers?
And Nick.
Yeah, I guess. What can we do? Our defenses are weakening, and even we can't hold these superpowered Kinks. Professor Alex is nowhere to be found.
We can't hold all these kinks now that Tumblr's gone.
Then and Takeshi are out of action, and Mikey is still missing. He's missing a leg, right?
Yeah.
Hang on, Nick, said BC. We'll go to our HVs.
We'll get our HVs, and I'm gonna be honest, I misread that as we'll get our HIV soon, and I was very concerned.
Well, yeah, but what the fuck's an HV to begin with? Was that like their fucking Zord thing?
I guess?
We just need to buy some more time. Colonel Trilobite ordered, Key, get your Team Nightmare to begin the next attack wave. Right, Key replied to Krieger. Wait.
Actually, I now have another question I just thought of, and I can't believe I didn't think of it earlier. What's the point of barraging the shields if they could just teleport into them anyway?
I don't know. Since when was Colonel Trilobite actually named Krieger? Because apparently that's who Key's talking to.
Right?
Now Team Nightmare, move in for the kill. You heard the man, said Krieger. Team Nightmare unite. Like pirates, the rest of Team Nightmare reply, yes sir. I thought pirates were all about the Yarhar.
It says privates, actually.
Oh, like privates. Yeah, let
Yeah.
me set up. God, this monitor's bright. They shed their synthetic skins, revealing their mechanical forms. Empowered by their internal killer bites, they enlarge and merge into one giant cyber creature. Nightmare Gatai, Kuro Slasher. Wait, we've seen Kuro Slasher before.
Yeah, and he died like twice already. They're reusing him again.
Oh, so unique.
Yeah.
They shout. Nick heard the commotion. It can't be. Kuro Slasher's back, said BC.
Why are you surprised?
But I thought we destroyed Team Nightmare with the blockbuster bomb, said Tony.
It's almost like it's a plot hole or something.
So I'll say blockbuster bombed.
Well, yeah.
We can't wait around for Mikey. We've got to take on that robotic horror show. Does any more damage to the base, said Nick, pulling out his film brace and shouted, roll out blockbuster. BC and Tony agreed to do the same, pulling out their film braces. Roll out Thunder Dolby. They do so, confronting the giant cyber creature. In full uniform, green piloted Thunder Dolby, while blue and pink scanner led Blockbuster.
So apparently you don't need all 5 to pilot the fucking Megazord. Good to know.
Nah, you could have a dead team and just bust this out instead of fighting.
I guess.
The merged monster growled. Kuro Slasher is outnumbered, but Kuro Slasher shall win, unlike last time. We have not yet begun to fight, replied Blue. This time we'll make certain you stay buried. The 3 combatants go into battle. At the same time, the Insectroid's countdown was about to end, and the injured Mikey was carried along by Carmen as they see the exit about 30 feet away. However, the bombs counted down to 18 seconds. Carmen fell for a moment, but cut Cuneo back up. Again. The countdown continued. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Carmen was about to reach the door. 2, 1. Then, the impact of the explosion ripped through Cape Paramount Base, with the underground caving in. With Mikey covering Carmen, the explosion could be seen for almost 15 to 20 miles.
They should be incinerated.
They should be dead.
Like everyone in that city should be dead.
Yeah.
If not of the explosion, then of radiation.
To be continued. In our next Scanranger adventure, the awful aftermath of DPB's fall. How can our heroes fight back with only 3 active rangers who are fighting the battle of their lives, holding Slasher at bay? Where's Professor Alex in the midst of this chaos? And has Mikey and Carmen already met a grisly end as well? Next time on Movie Task Force Scanranger episode 31. Assault on Cape Paramount Base part 2. Roll that film.
God, that was dumb.
That was really dumb.
But you know,
I can't believe you dragged me into this.
Oh, this is nothing.
Troy, but don't you see, like, there's a reason I brought you in for this chapter. They referenced your favorite anime, DBZ. Doesn't that make it better?
Oh yeah, tons better. Yeah, I love seeing a reference to DBZ in something this good.
Hey, young man, if you keep up that attitude, we're going to show you something way worse.
Like, I mean, they even got it correct. Like, Super Saiyans have red hair and blue eyes. Like, it's dope.
The Super Aryan has white hair.
Oh my god, shut up. So Troy,
Manga.
as your first exposure to this epic story of Scanranger, how do you rank it amongst Power Rangers and stories in general?
Oh gosh. I mean, if you have to, put a rating on it, using your system, it's a 6 out of 6 for sure.
Oh hell yeah!
Without question, it's one of the best pieces of literature I've ever written.
Written? You wrote this?
I mean, I
Holy
read.
shit.
The plot twist.
Y'all figured me out.
Troy's red scanner confirmed.
But I mean, yeah, it's one of the best pieces of literature I've ever read in my life. I can die in peace now, knowing that I've read this.
Move over to Kill a Mockingbird. Fuck. But yeah, like, whereas the previous chapter was funny bad, this one's more annoying bad. I will give it this though, it's at least not boring bad, like some of the chapters have been. So,
We need to sneak in this missile. It'll hit in like 20 hours.
yes. But with that, we shall
Would not
call.
recommend.
Yeah. With that, we'll call it here. Don't know who I'll drag in for the next chapter, but I will definitely try to get somebody.
And they'll definitely be upset.
Yeah, so till then, thank you, Troy and Ryo, for going through this with us, and we will catch you for the next chapter whenever that is.
Roll that film.